No matter what you feel for your pet, animals that are predators in the wild can sometimes do unexpected things. This woman slept in the same bed with her python every night, but what happened next made her rethink her habits instantly. It all started when the protagonist of our story decided to get a pet. Since she is an interesting person, she didn't want to get the usual cat, dog, or hamster for a pet. She wanted something special. The woman read a lot about unusual pets and watched many videos on the internet and ended up choosing a python. The woman was extremely fond of her snake. She literally took it everywhere with her, and they even slept together too. The python, which was almost 5 meters long, wrapped around its owner every night, covering almost all of her body, and so they fell asleep. It soon turned into a habit, and the woman couldn't even sleep if her beloved pet wasn't nearby. Friends and acquaintances didn't hide their surprise and fear at a 5-meter-long snake sleeping with a person like a dog or a cat. They often reminded their friend that it could be dangerous. But she just smiled and cheerfully claimed that the python was her friend and wouldn't harm her. Things were going as well as possible, but at one point the girl noticed that her pet had lost a lot of weight. She began to closely monitor how much the python ate, and it turned out that the snake's appetite had deteriorated significantly. Soon, the scaly pet refused to eat altogether. Some pythons and boas are able to go without food for a whole month, but according to the woman's calculations, her pet's hunger strike lasted for over 10 weeks. They had to go to a vet. The owner was very worried. She didn't even want to think about what she would do if her beloved snake didn't start eating, as it could end tragically. Fortunately, the vet turned out to be a true master of his craft and quickly identified what the problem was. When he learned that the woman took the python to bed with her every night and that it wrapped around her when they slept, the vet gave the woman some shocking news. The snake refused to eat because it was preparing for a large meal. Spending so much time so close to a human, the snake decided that its owner would make for a very tasty meal. Since a human is fairly large prey, the snake needed to starve for at least a couple months before attempting to eat this massive dinner. The owner was also told that if she hadn't asked for help when she did, she would soon have turned into a hearty meal for her pet, and possibly right in her sleep. Only then did the woman realize the full danger of what was happening and remember the warning words of her friends. Until that moment, she didn't even think that her pet could harm anyone. This story is a warning call for all of those who dream of keeping an exotic animal in their home and see no danger in sleeping in the same bed with it. If a person decides to get a 5-meter python for a pet instead of a fluffy kitten, they should remember that it's capable of swallowing even large prey, and they must understand all the possible consequences of this decision. Even if the snake always has enough food, it will still remain a snake and will never stop seeing its owner as easy prey.